Kimbrel yesterday.
I'm excited. Obviously, playing against Cesar Hernandez the last couple of years. Excuse me. Obviously, he's not a fun at bat to face. So getting him there with his defense and with what he can bring to the table is an exciting time for us in the infield. And then you added the two additions to the bullpens, which were Ryan Tepera and Craig Kimbrel. Obviously, I played with Tep in 14 and 15 with Toronto. Knowing from there, he's been around a little bit since then as well, and we're excited to have him out there. Obviously, not the best of first impressions last night, but I have no qualms in him making sure that he's going to be a lockdown piece for us. And then obviously getting Craig, it's a huge plus. I'm excited about learning from one of the best of all time, and now I get a chance to speak to him on a more of a baseball level. I've been around him a little bit through some conferences and stuff like that. We've had conversations. Christy and his wife Ashley are very close, so it's we've got that little relationship, and I'm just excited about being able to learn from a guy of his caliber.
I know it's one day fresh that they acquire him, but how do you envision working with him? And it sounds like it's more exciting than anything else for you, having another guy of that, and Tepera too, obviously. But Kimbrel, like you said, is one of the guys who got 370 career saves or something like that. So a guy who's done the late inning stuff for a long time and done it very well, like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around. He's done this for a long time. I think he immediately comes into the guy with the most amount of service time on our team, and I mean, I guess they had enough of the seeing the signs with the straight arm. They wanted to go to the bent arm. So, no, I'm excited. I don't like whatever the way it calls down there. I mean, I'm just waiting for the phone to ring, and whenever they call my name, I'll be ready to go, and that's what it takes. But we have no egos out there. There's no one who's going to be pissed off at the diminished role or anything like that. I don't think any of us care. We just want to win, and that's what we're going for now.
Really?
Liam, just in general, a bullpen that has two all-star closers, two of the best closers in baseball, what does that do to opposing hitters, and what kind of confidence does that give you guys as a group?
No, I mean, you look at what Kansas City was able to do in 2015 with the three-headed monster back there with Kelvin Herrera, Wade Davis, and Greg Holland. I mean, it's something similar along those lines. We've got some guys out there. We've got the Ponytail gang with Kopech, Craig, and myself. We've got we've got some arms out there with Tep coming in, with the ability to throw Bummer out there whenever we want. It's with Lopi and Rui out there. It's a fun time in our bullpen. Obviously, the big thing that was going through our bullpen last night was the fact that we lost Tag. Obviously, losing a guy like Hoya just as a purely off the field stuff. He's such a good kid. He's got a bright future in this game, and I mean, you give it a week, he may be closing for the Cubs over there, and we'll see him then. But he's got a bright future ahead of him. I can't wait to see what he develops into. He's got such phenomenal stuff that he's going to be a big piece that's missing. But we got to move forward. We got to look ahead and hopefully put together a good last couple months and move forward and hopefully make the playoffs and have a good run.
Given how much bullpens are relied upon and called upon come playoff time, what kind of edge do you think this kind of depth and this kind of talent gives you guys?
It gives you the ability to shorten the game a little bit. Obviously, nothing's ever like a given, nothing's ever confirmed or anything like that. But having guys out there that have had a decent amount of success, and even with Craig, he's got a ring. There's a reason he's got a ring. There's a reason he was able to do it then, and he's going to be able to do it now. And we added the playoff experience, and that's something that's invaluable to a team.
Cheryl.
Hi, Liam.
Cheryl.
When a team makes a move like this, it's a pretty bold move. What does that say to the rest of the players in the bullpen, in the dugout, about this team wanting to win and doing everything they can to make it possible?
Yeah, obviously the biggest thing with bringing a guy like Craig is obviously on the field, but a thing that goes under the radar a lot of the time is the splash the morale takes when you make it, or the boost of morale takes when you make a splash like this. It's not just you're picking apart like the little pieces here and there. It's you actually made a splash. You got one of the big ticket items. You got one of these guys. You got one of these guys, and all of a sudden it boosts your confidence because you know the front office is completely behind you. And that morale is very hard to replace or add into if it doesn't go the way it was. I mean, you hear about, I think it was I can't remember what team it was a couple of years ago that their players were damn near revolting because they didn't add what they thought was a splash move. And I can't remember what happened to that team, but it's something that lingers. And obviously with the ability now we have to shorten the game a little bit, give some guys a day off. If I need a day off, we can have Craig. If Craig needs a day off, we've got Kopech. There's so many guys out there we can throw into any single role, no matter what. I mean, obviously Rui's been able to go out there and have some high leverage innings, and what he was able to do yesterday was probably the most pivotal point of the game. Coming in that situation, we've got a lot of faith in every single guy out there, and we're excited in the bullpen out there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What is it like when something like this happens? The communication with Tony, with everyone else, Ethan, about this. How much have they told you what your role is going to be, or is that still not determined?
No, we had a meeting yesterday, and as Tony said yesterday, we have a plan. I'm assuming he spoke to Craig yesterday, and we were going like they went over it, but I'm not going to delve into that too much. I mean, it's the analytical observation. You can go out there and we'll see who gets the ninth whenever we're both available. But at the end of the day, I'm just excited about having a guy out there that I can lean on, that I can talk to about stuff. And now we've got a couple veterans out there that have been around for a while, and now I can hopefully. He have guaranteed he has a different philosophy on pitching than I do, and that could resonate a lot with some of the younger guys as well, which is nothing but good for the bullpen.
Bruce?
Liam, I imagine you've had as good as stuff before, but I can't imagine you've ever had much better stuff than you had last night in the fire that you showed on the mound. What was that, just my observation, or was there extra motivation in the way that you took the mound yesterday?
There was definitely extra motivation. One, obviously what transpired in the eighth. That gave me a little bit more of a fire, but two, it was I recognized something, or more importantly, my wife recognized something in Kansas City about it. Just looked like I was a little bit too complacent or not angry enough, and I took that and kind of ran with it a little bit because I recognized it as well, and it was one of those things where I wasn't pissed off enough, and sometimes you just need to force it a little bit from the get-go, and those situations, everything that kind of transpired last night helped along those lines. But there was definitely a little bit more aggression there. There was definitely a little bit more attack mode, which is what I needed to be a little bit. I needed some more conviction behind the pitches, and there was one of those. It was definitely thought through before, and that was just lucky. I mean, the White Sox have done a fantastic job in making my entrance pretty electric, so I'm excited about running into the light show and everything like that now. They've done a good job with it.
Have you considered that because you're the ultimate team guy in the bullpen and willing to do all those roles, it opened up the mind of both Rick and Kenny when they went to feel like they could add a guy like Craig to this mix?
I had never thought it through that way, but my thought process has always been, I just want to play. It doesn't matter what situation. I've got no ego. I don't care if I have the ninth. I don't care if I have the eighth. I don't care if I have the fifth. I don't care. All I want to do is play. And I'm sure now that you said it, I'm sure that was something that they thought through about, like having who knows how some guys' egos are with that situation. But I hold no grudges. I mean, I got my career high in saves last night anyway, so we've got that going for me. But at the end of the day, all I want to do is play. Whether it's whatever inning, if they want me to open, it's fine. I'm just going to get fat because all I do is eat in the next 8 innings. So,
do we also learn last night? Don't mess with Tony.
I mean, this is old school Tony coming out. This is Tony with Albert coming out. This is the stuff that everyone had heard of before this, and this is something that we love to see. We have the same exact responses. We wanted to. I jumped over the wall in the bullpen to get out there. It's something that you don't mess. This has been too many times now with Abreu that and don't get me wrong, I've played against Abreu and one of his holes is up and in. It's not as if it's it's all intentional or anything like that. Obviously, everyone in the world knows yesterday wasn't intentional, but it's just too many times and it's always too high, and that has to stop.
James?
I guess, have you tried to sell Michael and Craig on the Ponytail Gang moniker yet?
No, I was talking to Kobe a little bit about it, but we'll see. Theirs are both way more impressive than mine. Mine's more of a man bun. Theirs is more of a ponytail. So, we'll have some conversations about that. We'll see what they say about it. But I mean, if you want the moniker to stick, that's up to you guys to run with that one.
Having kind of familiarity, knowing Craig a little bit, how much does that kind of help, make this arrangement kind of work, the relationship work?
Oh no, it's great. Obviously, knowing him, I'm just very happy for him that obviously with everything that was going on with the trade deadline and everything like that with him, he was able to stay in the same house. Obviously, moving around the last couple of years haven't been the easiest, and he's like a lot of things off the field going on. But him and his wife are both just fantastic people, and this just makes it so much easier on them. He did have to fly all the way to DC, play a quick round of golf, and come back, but I mean, there's worse things to do, but he was putting his cleats on in the ninth inning yesterday just in case he was needed, and that's the effort level that we really really appreciate. Is you just got off a flight, you've been flying all day, and then you get ready to go no matter what, and that's something that I think this bullpen is going to envision, and it's going to be tough to kind of take the ball out of a lot of guys' hands in this bullpen now.
How are you going to manage to just be angry every single time out?
I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, whether it's just me angry at little things. It's, as Jordan said in The Last Dance, it's those little things you use to psych yourself in. I mean, I'm not ever considering myself on that kind of level of aggression or a level of intimidation or kind of competition or anything like that. But as you take that little bit in there, it's like I've been annoyed at guys and sometimes for just not saying hello as I'm walking out to the bullpen. Things like that. It's just you're looking for one little edge or whatever it is to make sure that you want to go out and strike that guy out and see where it goes. I mean, yesterday I got pissed off because Zimmer tried to bunt. First pitch of the game, he tried to bunt, and I was mad the rest of the inning.